Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Pearl and I am getting ready to do a layout about Journey from the Ali Edwards story kit. Now, this is how I label all of my kits with the month that they came in and the title of the kit, Journey. Let's go ahead and see what products she put in here. I did buy some extras and I can't really remember which ones are the extras because as soon as I get them, I shove them all into one envelope. So it says Trust the Journey. This one says Journey. The story of this journey. And just a part of the journey. I like those. Okay, she also gave us some wood veneers. Let's take a look at these. Airplanes, bicycles. Oh, one of the map. Stars, planes, cars. Those are super cute. Next, she also has these patches. This says, let's go on an adventure, the best journey, today's journey, and embarking on a new journey. She has an airplane, a geotag, and a car. Those are nice. And as always, she has her acrylic word. This is my favorite part of the kit. Honestly, this is probably why I get this kit instead of just the digital kit. I like to listen to her videos in story class, but this is one of the main reasons I continue to get this kit. So the 3x4 cards are one-sided and it's on a really nice thick cardboard. The best journeys answer the question that in the beginning you didn't even think to ask. Oh, I like that. Some blank ones. The journey of every day looks like this. Get lost. The story of this journey. Grateful for where I'm at. Excited about where I'm going. Embracing this journey. Rest. This is a big one for me. I already have a few stories going on in my brain about what I want to tell. It is a good time to have an end to journey towards, but it is the journey that matters in the end. Love it. We have nothing to lose and a world to see. In the end, she became more than what she expected. She became the journey, and like all journeys, she did not end. She simply changed directions and kept going. Yes, and embarking on a new journey. The 4x6s are today's journey. Birds. There is no finish line, so love the journey. I am on a journey too. Trust the journey. I like that. Breathe, darling. This is just a chapter, not your whole story. My therapist talks about that a lot. Past journey, present journey, and some beautiful paths can't be discovered without getting lost. That's a good quote too. So here are her journaling cards. She's got some cork arrows, some heart stickers, her chipboard stickers. I love her chipboards. And then her card that says, appreciate where you are in your journey. Even if it's not where you want to be, every season serves a purpose. That's a good one. And on the back, you can write down your story sparks as you're listening to her class. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Ooh, silver embossed. I mean foiled, silver foiled. And the best journey. And this is what's on the stamp. Of course, I always like the word, same as the acrylic. And I'm sure I'll be able to use a lot of this. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you can use the numbers 6 and 9 the same. So that's Ali Edwards' story kit. Okay, let's go ahead and start making a layout. Let's go ahead and get started on this particular layout. I'm going to be doing a voiceover for this section so I can speed it up. This layout took approximately 45 minutes. I know I want to use the word journey from the stamp set and create my own background on white cardstock. And I'm looking for a particular pink color, and I'm noticing that some of my inks are really old. like this one from Stampin' Up. It just wasn't stamping right. The ink was not good. So I finally find the Altenew stamps and I decide to try the color Rose Quartz, and this one works. It's the perfect subtle pink that I'm looking for because I also want to do some journaling on the background. So I found a piece of white smooth cardstock. I think this is from American Crafts. This is a style from a while back. It might be out of style now, but this is something I've always enjoyed. And the reason I wanted a subtle pink color is because I want to do some journaling on top of it, but I don't need the journaling to be easily read because it's going to be pretty personal. And so only those who really want to read it are going to be able to focus on it and get it read. Um, and one of the things with this is I need to embrace my imperfection. I'm using that ruler just kind of as a guide so that it's kind of straight. And I also know that I want one of the stamped images of the word journey to be a different color. And I'm going to be looking for a gray ink pad to do that. And I know that I want my design to be in a diagonal from the top left corner to the bottom right. So I'm going to have that gray journey word stamp be on the bottom right hand corner. And you'll see me stamping that here in just a second. I clean off my stamp pad, and my stamp, and you'll see I tried a few different color grays before I find the gray that I like. And it ends up being from Kelly Perky. After I stamp the gray word journey, then I go ahead and finish off the rest of the stamping with the pink. But the journey and the gray didn't come out so well, so I tried to stamp over it. And it made a little shadow because I didn't do it perfectly. But I'm embracing this imperfection. That's part of my journey. So let's go ahead and keep going. Now the picture I decided to scrapbook is one of me with the kids. We're all in a car. This is not a good picture, but I'm okay with that because I have a long story to tell. And this picture is just one of the endings to this story. I went ahead and typed my story out in Photoshop and printed it on my wide format printer. Now I want to make sure that gray journey shows, so I am looking at the different embellishments from the Ali Edwards story kit. I really wish I'd left some space on the top left corner for one of the rubber triangles, but I didn't. So I'm going to keep moving on. I don't plan that far ahead. I'm looking at the different acrylics to see if I can use that. I want to do a diagonal design, so I don't want that geotag to be above my head because that won't make it too diagonal. I'm looking at the different wood veneers, and I think that I can use the cars or the stars. I am also looking at her wood chips or chipboard, and I picked 3 out, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to place all of this stuff. I have so many words on there that it doesn't leave that much space for design. Looking at the stamp set, I want to use the one that says Get Lost. And I actually take it off of the stamp set and think about using it, but then in the end, I forget all about it. I do like to rub a new stamp onto my hand or on an eraser the very first time I use it. But I always do test it out on a scratch piece of paper. I'm realizing that I should have used the number stamps as part of my journaling, but I wrote first, second, third, fourth. But I decided, okay, later I'm going to go ahead and stamp the numbers to the left of my journaling anyway. I'm looking through the large tags and decide those aren't going to work. And I'm looking through the 3x4 cards, and I decide on this heart one that says it is good to have an end to journey towards, but it is the journey that matters in the end. I'm looking through the other ones and just to make sure that I pick the one that I want to use. And I decide to fussy cut that heart because I don't want to use that 3x4 card. I saw that there was a trust the journey, but the chipboard is trust the journey, so I don't want to have that on there twice. So I go ahead and stamp that, cut that out. I'm doing the fussy cutting with the irregular borders of this heart. I think that's part of the charm of this watercolored heart. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to put some puffy stickers behind it, no, foam dots behind it, so that it pops up to give it some dimension on my layout. After I'm done cutting this and putting the foam dots on there, I'm trying to decide what else do I need to do for this layout, or what else do I want to do for this layout. So there I am putting the foam dots on there. I decide I'm going to put it in the left-hand corner of the picture, so that ends up being in the middle of the 12x12 paper. I decide that the picture needs to pop a little bit more from the background, so I'm going to put it on pink cardstock. This is from the Felicity Jane Jenny kit. I only have scraps left from this kit, and fortunately for me, it happens to match perfectly with the Journey kit from Allie Edwards. I decide to put a doily on there, and this is from a Studio Calico kit a long time ago because I haven't gotten their scrapbooking kit in a long time. I decide I'm going to put that doily behind my picture, and I think I need more dimension. So I put the vellum that items come in when you purchase a kit, and I put that behind my photo. And I like to put the adhesive in the middle so that I could tuck things under or put foam dots to give it some dimension. Now here I'm struggling with the ATG, and this is the part I hate about the ATG. I always have to open it up, wind it, and then try again. I'm taking some of the glue off here and try again. And then I notice that there's more than one doily on there. I'm trying to take the doily off so that I can use only one, but I struggle again with the ATG. Take 2. Or actually, this is now going to be take 3. So I go ahead and fix that up, put the doily on, I put the adhesive on there, and then I realize, oh, there's another doily. How many doilies are stuck together? So I finally figure out that this is the one that's already attached to my picture, and I go ahead and stick that down. Notice I'm leaving the gray stamped journey so that it's visible. I go ahead and stick down the heart on the foam dots, put that up there, and then I'm trying to decide what I should put where. Where do the chipboards go? I wish I'd left space at the top so I could put the Embrace the Detours up on the top left corner, but that didn't work. So I took the chipboard that says a photograph is a pause button on life, and I thought that would work well with this as well. I want to anchor that somehow, so I took a scrap piece of paper from the Felicity Jane kit, and I'm going to adhere that to the top corner and then put the chipboard, the gray chipboard, on top of it. And then I also decide to anchor the bottom right hand corner so that it makes a diagonal design, and I'm going to put the same scrap piece of paper to the bottom right corner. And then I'm going to put the heart that says trust the journey onto the bottom part of that anchor. I also decide I need to put the date, and fortunately it fits right there on the bottom. And I put June 24, that's the day we left on our 3+ week road trip, which is part of my journey as well. The physical journey, not the journey, my own personal journey. So I want to put another heart under the pink heart that I fussy cut, and it says, "Are we there yet?" This is a question that my kids like to ask all the time. So much so that I tell them, if you don't ask me that question throughout the whole trip, someone will get $10. And that was my third child, Dax. I decided I'm going to put the small wood veneer car onto my layout, and I'm going to put it on the bottom right hand corner next to the, and then I think to myself, what else do I need to do? But I think I'm done. But actually, I forgot to stamp the numbers to the left side of the journaling, and I forgot to put a title. And the title of this is One Step at a Time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.